Hello, my friend. Today, I want to start with a very simple question. Do you eat eggs almost every day? If your answer is yes, I want you to leave the number 1 in the comments below. That way, I know you are right here with me on this journey. It truly helps me prepare more content that matches your habits and your needs. I know that for many of us, especially after the age of 60, having a couple of eggs for breakfast is as familiar as breathing. Eggs are easy to cook, delicious, and often praised by many experts as a superfood, and honestly, I agree. Eggs bring amazing benefits to our health. From keeping our muscles strong, helping our memory stay sharp, to supporting healthy bones. But my dear friend, today I want to share with you a story I have seen over and over again in my many years of working with older patients. People who are health conscious, who take care of themselves, who choose eggs every morning thinking they are making the best choice, but without realizing it, they make one small mistake that can quietly take away most of those benefits. Here is the surprising part. The problem is not in the egg itself. The problem is who you invite to share the plate. Think about it for a moment. What do you usually eat with your eggs? Bacon, sausages, a cup of hot coffee or tea, or maybe some tofu or soy shakes. These combinations might seem normal, even healthy, but some of them can slowly work against your heart, your kidneys, your bones, or even your ability to absorb minerals like iron or zinc. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. I am going to walk you through 3 very common combinations that I have seen in thousands of older adults, and combinations that can quietly harm your health. The good news is that I will not only tell you what to avoid, but I will also give you simple and tasty alternatives so you can keep enjoying your eggs in a smarter way. So, if you are ready to find out what almost nobody tells you about your breakfast, stay with me until the end of this video. I promise, what you learn today could make a big difference in your health for the years to come. Before we dive into the mistakes, let us give the egg the respect it deserves. I have to tell you, after many years of working with people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I have seen firsthand how something as simple as eating eggs regularly can make a noticeable difference in energy, strength, and overall well-being. Eggs are one of the most complete foods nature has given us. They are a wonderful source of high-quality protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass, and that becomes even more important as we get older because muscle is not just about looking strong. It is about staying mobile, keeping your balance, and avoiding falls. They also contain choline, a nutrient that many people do not get enough of. Choline plays a key role in brain health. It supports memory, helps with nerve function, and may even protect against cognitive decline as the years go by. For those who worry about senior moments or forgetting names, this is not something to overlook. Eggs are also rich in vitamins from the B family, like B12 and folate. These vitamins help keep your nerves healthy, support the production of red blood cells, and keep your energy levels stable. And let us not forget that eggs give us a small but valuable dose of vitamin D, which works hand in hand with calcium to protect your bones. For many older adults, especially those who spend less time in the sun, this is a quiet but important benefit. Strong bones mean fewer fractures, faster recovery if you do get hurt, and more confidence in your day-to-day activities. Now, I know that for years there has been confusion about whether eggs are safe for the heart because of their cholesterol content. The truth is, for most healthy older adults, eggs can be part of a balanced diet without raising cholesterol in a harmful way. In fact, many studies show that the nutrients in eggs can actually support heart health when eaten as part of a well-balanced meal plan. But here is the key point I want you to remember before we move on. Eggs themselves are not the problem. The real trouble starts when we combine them with the wrong foods or drinks. You can take this perfect, nutrient-packed food and unknowingly cancel out its benefits in just a few bites. I have seen this with my own patients. They were eating eggs faithfully every morning, but because of what they put next to those eggs on the plate, they ended up with higher blood pressure, weaker bones, or lower energy than they should have had. So, in the next part, I am going to reveal the first of the 3 most common mistakes I see with eggs, a combination that may taste delicious but can quietly work against your heart. your kidneys, and your blood vessels. Let us start with one of the most classic breakfast plates: eggs with bacon, sausages, or slices of packaged ham. I know it is tasty. I know it is comforting. And I know for many of us, it is the way we have eaten breakfast for decades. Some of my patients smile and say, "Doctor, it is just too good to give up." Or, "I have eaten this all my life and I feel fine." But here is the reality. Once we pass the age of 60, our bodies do not have the same margin for error they once did. What we could get away with in our 20s or 30s can now have much bigger consequences. And this particular combination, eggs with processed meats, can be a silent cocktail of trouble for your health. First, let me be very clear. The egg is still your friend. The problem is the company it keeps on the plate. Processed meats are not the same as fresh, natural cuts of meat. They are products that have been heavily altered, preserved, and seasoned to last longer on the shelf. That process adds things to the meat that your heart, your kidneys, and your blood vessels simply do not need. Danger number 1. Saturated fats. A trap for your arteries. I want you to picture your arteries as clean, flexible pipes carrying blood smoothly to every corner of your body. Now imagine that every time you eat bacon or sausage, you are putting a thick, waxy substance into those pipes. Over time, that wax builds up, hardens, and narrows the path. That wax is what we call saturated fat. It raises the bad type of cholesterol, which can form plaques inside your arteries. This condition is called atherosclerosis, and it is one of the main reasons blood pressure rises and the heart has to work harder. The danger is that it happens quietly, without symptoms, until one day it shows up as chest pain, a heart attack, or a stroke. And after 60, the heart is already working with more wear and tear than it used to. The last thing we want is to make its job harder. Danger number 2. Sodium, the silent killer. The second problem is salt, and processed meats are loaded with it. A single serving of bacon or packaged ham can have half or more of the total salt you should eat in an entire day. You already know what excess salt does. It raises your blood pressure, causes fluid retention, and puts extra strain on the kidneys. Over the years, high blood pressure quietly damages the lining of your arteries and can lead to kidney disease. That is why it has earned the nickname the silent killer. Many of my patients are shocked when they cut back on processed meats and suddenly see their blood pressure drop within weeks. It is not magic. It is simply removing a big source of sodium from the diet. Danger number 3. Nitrites and nitrates. A hidden cancer risk. This is the part that surprises most people. Processed meats often contain nitrites or nitrates. These chemicals keep the meat looking pink and fresh and help preserve it. The problem comes when you cook them at high temperatures, like frying bacon in a hot pan. At those high temperatures, nitrites and nitrates can turn into compounds called nitrosamines. And research has linked nitrosamines to cancers of the colon and stomach. It is not something you will taste, smell, or feel right away. But over years of regular consumption, it can raise your risk significantly. So what can you do instead? Eating healthy does not mean living a boring life. You can absolutely still enjoy your eggs, just give them a better dance partner. Here are some ideas I have seen work beautifully for my patients. Asterisk. Sliced avocado. It gives you healthy fats that help your heart and keep you full for hours. Asterisk. Sautéed mushrooms and spinach. Adds flavor, fiber, and important nutrients in one simple pan. Asterisk. Roasted cherry tomatoes. Naturally sweet, light, and full of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. Asterisk. Grilled chicken or turkey breast. If you want meat, choose lean, natural options without the chemicals. Asterisk. Black beans or lentils. A wonderful plant-based protein source with fiber that supports digestion. I often tell my patients, giving up processed meats is not a punishment, it is a gift you give yourself. A small change that can save you from big problems down the road. One of my patients, a 71-year-old man, used to eat bacon and eggs every single morning. His cholesterol and blood pressure were creeping higher each year. When he swapped the bacon for avocado and vegetables just 4 days a week, His numbers improved within 3 months, and he told me he actually felt lighter and more energetic in the mornings. That is the power of choosing the right partner for your eggs. So, if you have been pairing your eggs with bacon, ham, or sausage out of habit, do not feel guilty. We have all been there. Just try something new tomorrow morning. Your heart, your arteries, and your kidneys will thank you. Now that we have covered the first mistake, it is time to move on to the second one that might surprise you even more. Because on the surface, it looks like a healthy choice. But when you mix it with eggs, it can quietly steal from your bones and stress your kidneys. Now, let us talk about a combination that often surprises people. It does not look harmful at all. In fact, many people believe it is the smarter, healthier choice. I am talking about mixing eggs with soy products, things like scrambled eggs with tofu, protein shakes made with soy milk and eggs, or even plant-based sausages made from soy that you might pair with your morning omelet. Let me make one thing clear. Soy itself is not the enemy. In moderate amounts, and when you choose the right type, soy can be an excellent source of plant-based protein. The problem comes when you combine it with eggs in large amounts, especially if you are over 60 or if your kidney function is not as strong as it used to be. I have seen many older adults make this change in their diet with the best intentions. They want to cut down on red meat, so they swap it for tofu or soy protein. That can be a good move until they pile eggs and soy into the same meal. Problem number 1. Protein and phosphorus overload. Think of your kidneys as a very precise filter. Every day, they work hard to remove waste from your blood, balance minerals, and keep you feeling well. But with age, that filter does not work quite as efficiently as it once did. When you eat eggs and soy together, you are giving your body a double load of protein and phosphorus all at once. For healthy young kidneys, that is usually not a big deal. But for older kidneys, especially if you already have mild kidney disease, it can be like sending a heavy avalanche down a narrow mountain path. The filter gets overwhelmed. Too much phosphorus in the blood is especially tricky. When your kidneys cannot get rid of it properly, phosphorus starts pulling calcium out of your bones. Over time, this can make your bones weaker and more likely to break. So, while you thought you were eating a healthy breakfast, you might actually be slowly reducing your bone strength. Problem number 2, phytates. The little mineral thieves. Soy also contains natural compounds called phytates. They are not harmful in themselves, but they do act like little thieves in your gut. They attach to important minerals like the iron and zinc you get from eggs and block your body from absorbing them. That means you could be eating a nutrient-rich egg, but if you pair it with a large serving of soy, part of those valuable minerals will leave your body unused. For older adults, who often already have a harder time absorbing minerals, this can make issues like mild anemia, low energy, slower wound healing, and even memory problems worse. How this looks in real life. One of my patients, a 73-year-old man, I used to make a smoothie every morning with soy milk, banana, oats, and several tablespoons of powdered egg whites. He thought it was the perfect power breakfast. But when we looked at his blood work, his phosphorus was too high, and his kidney filtration rate had dropped. The fix was simple. We swapped that breakfast for something lighter 3 days a week, rotating in other proteins like lentils, quinoa, or pea protein. Within weeks, his kidney numbers improved, and he told me he felt less bloated and more energetic. Practical tips to enjoy soy without harm. You do not have to cut soy out of your life, you just have to use it wisely. Here is what I recommend to my patients. Asterisk. Do not double up on protein if you are eating eggs. Let that be your main protein for that meal. Skip the tofu or soy shake at the same time. Asterisk. Rotate your plant-based proteins. One day use lentils. Another day, chickpeas. Another day, quinoa. Do not rely only on soy. Asterisk. Choose the right protein powder. If you like shakes, look for whey, egg white powder, or pea protein instead of soy protein. Asterisk. Use soy milk in small amounts. A splash in your coffee or tea is fine. A big soy latte with an egg breakfast is not ideal. Asterisk. If you have kidney disease, talk to your doctor or dietitian. In many cases, using egg whites instead of whole eggs and limiting soy can make a big difference in kidney health. Why moderation matters even more after 60. As we get older, more is not always better. Yes, protein is important. But loading your system with too much at once, especially the combination of egg and soy, can create more work for your kidneys and steal minerals from your bones. So, the next time you plan breakfast, ask yourself, am I doubling up unnecessarily? Could I switch things around to give my body a break? Remember, small changes can have a big impact. You do not need to make drastic changes overnight. Even reducing this combination just a few times a week can improve your energy, protect your bones, and support your kidneys. Now that we have covered the second mistake, let us move on to the third one. This last one is the most common of all. It is so normal that many people never think twice about it. Yet it can quietly drain your energy and weaken your blood without you realizing it. Now we arrive at the combination I see most often, and it is probably the one you might be doing without even thinking about it. It is the classic morning ritual. A plate of eggs with a steaming cup of coffee or tea. I understand why. For many of us, this is not just a meal, it is a comforting habit. A way to start the day feeling awake and ready. Some of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I have started my mornings like this for 40 years. I cannot imagine changing it." I respect that. But I also want you to know what happens inside your body when you eat eggs and drink coffee or tea at the same time. Every day. The iron in eggs and the invisible glue in coffee and tea. Eggs contain a type of iron called non-heme iron. This is the same type of iron found in vegetables and plant foods. Non-heme iron is already a bit harder for the body to absorb compared to the iron in red meat. Now, here is the problem. Coffee and tea, especially black tea and green tea, contain natural compounds called tannins. Tannins act like an invisible glue. When you drink coffee or tea with your eggs, the tannins bind to the iron, wrapping it in a sticky coating that your body cannot break down easily. The result? That iron never makes it into your bloodstream. Instead, it passes through your system unused. Why this matters after 60? Many older adults eat less red meat, either to protect their heart, for easier digestion, or simply by choice. That means more of their iron comes from foods like eggs, spinach, or beans, all sources of non-heme iron. If you block the absorption of that iron every morning with coffee or tea, you may slowly develop iron deficiency without realizing it. Iron deficiency can lead to anemia, and the symptoms are often mistaken for just getting older. They include constant tiredness or low energy, dizziness when standing up, pale skin, feeling cold in hands and feet, difficulty focusing or remembering things, weakened muscles or loss of strength. I have had patients come in complaining of fatigue for months, convinced it was just age. But once we changed their breakfast routine, their iron levels improved and so did their energy. The simple fix? The good news is that you do not have to give up your coffee or tea. You just have to change the timing. Here are 2 easy options. Have your coffee or tea about an hour before breakfast. Wake up. Enjoy your drink slowly. Let your body wake up, and then prepare your eggs. Eat your breakfast first. Then wait an hour before having coffee or tea. During the meal, you can have water or even better, a glass of orange juice. The vitamin C in orange juice actually helps your body absorb more iron from the eggs. This simple shift means you can still enjoy your favorite morning drink without losing the benefits of the nutrients in your breakfast. A real-life example. One of my patients, a 69-year-old woman, Zoe had been feeling unusually tired and short of breath when climbing stairs. Her blood tests showed low iron levels. When we reviewed her habits, she realized she had been having eggs and buttered toast with a large mug of strong coffee every single morning for years. I suggested she eat her breakfast first and wait an hour before her coffee, and to add a little vitamin C from fruit or juice during the meal. 2 months later, her iron levels were back to normal, and she told me she felt like herself again. Why this is worth trying? It is such a small change adjusting the timing of your drink, but it can have a huge impact on your energy, your focus, and your overall health. And unlike giving up processed meats or adjusting soy intake, this one does not even require changing what you eat, just when you eat it. So, if you have been enjoying your eggs and coffee or tea together for years, do not feel bad. Many of us have done it. But now that you know how it works, you have the power to make a simple change that will give your body more of what it needs. In the next part, I will bring everything together: the 3 mistakes, the better choices you can make, and how small adjustments can add up to big improvements in your health. Now that we have talked about the 3 most common mistakes: eggs with processed meats, eggs with soy products, and eggs with coffee or tea at the same time, I want you to take a deep breath with me. This is not about guilt. It is not about fear. It is about understanding how small changes can protect your heart, your kidneys, your bones, and your energy. Eggs are still one of the most complete and valuable foods we have, especially as we age. They give us protein to keep our muscles strong, healthy nutrients to keep our brain sharp, and vitamins to keep our bones solid. But the way we combine them can either boost those benefits or quietly take them away. So, what can you do starting tomorrow? Swap processed meats for avocado, vegetables, or lean grilled chicken. If you enjoy soy, have it in a separate meal from your eggs and rotate other plant proteins. Adjust the timing of your coffee or tea so your body can fully absorb the iron from your breakfast. You do not have to change everything overnight. Start with one adjustment at a time. Give your body a chance to respond. I promise, even small steps can lead to big improvements. I have seen men in their 70s regain muscle just by changing their breakfast. I have seen women in their 80s get more energy because they finally absorbed more iron. It is not magic, it is knowledge applied with care. So remember, your health is not built in a single day. It is shaped by the choices you make, meal by meal, day by day.